everyone, how are you all doing? Well, in this video I just wanted to show you and share the new fragrances that I have in my collection. These are not just something I would buy in the last month, but I have 8 perfumes that I collected since Christmas. I either received them as a gift or bought myself, but that doesn't mean my collection is growing because I'm trying to stick with 35 bottles. And so whenever I buy something new, that means I used something else up, or I maybe sold it or swapped it. So let's get started. So let me start with the first one, which was a gift for Christmas, and this is Creme de Queir by Parfum. The bottle is just stunning, isn't it? And this one is a suede scent. It's all white in my head, you know? It's very elegant and classy. It's fluffy but creamy. It almost reminds me of Cacharel's Noir, but a different level. It's very well blended. In fact, there are notes of mandarin orange and pineapple, which I don't get at all. I don't get any fruits in this. I just get the suede, and which is very plush and velvety, and then woods. So to me it smells almost like a polished furniture that's all new, and it smells expensive. You can tell the quality is really in there. I think it's very good for office wear, that it's not offending, it's very elegant, but it would be good for any occasion, really. You cannot go wrong with this. I think it is also unisex, so anyone can wear this because there is nothing particularly feminine. And the other ones, or there is 2 more that I think are unisex, but the other ones are really feminine. But this one, it's very universal, pleasant aroma. So what do I get from it? Is a noble polished furniture and some suede on top of that. And it's all in creamy beige and white colors. The next Christmas gift is by Parle-moi des Parfums, and it's called Gomme de Noel, which means, I think, Christmas marshmallow. But there is nothing particularly Christmassy about this perfume. I think it's more suited for spring and summer. I would wear this with a nice dress in cheerful colors. To me, this has a similar vibe to other perfumes that have vanilla and neroli or orange blossom and sugar. For example, Love by Kilian, which I have a decant, but I cannot really wear that because that is too sweet for my taste. Then, for example, Guelain, Mon Preciéux Nectar, or Reminiscence Dragée, which I owned. I used it up, and then I was trying to find something maybe a little bit better even, and I think that this is it. It's even better. But I have to say, the beginning seems like it's not very well blended, because you have this floral notes and then you have the vanilla sweet edible notes, and they are almost clashing. But if you give it several minutes to settle on your skin or clothes, then the magic happens. This has such a good longevity. It would stay on your clothes forever. And I also think the projection is very good. So I wanted to say that it starts really fresh, and then later on it becomes a really gourmand. It is not overly sweet, but what it certainly is, it's powdery. It's a powdery bomb. So if you don't like powder, you probably will not like this. The next one I got as a Christmas gift is Donna by Acqua di Portofino, and this is quite similar to light blue, but I think it's a little bit more sophisticated and classy. I've never heard anyone talking about this perfume or this brand, but I got a free sample and I fall in love with it. It's such an easygoing smell. In fact, I will spray a little bit. It's mostly citrusy. There is a note of lime and ginger, but there are also there is a big amount of florals in it, like magnolia or jasmine, and then there is this woody base of cedar and sandalwood, which is what I like. I typically don't like just the citrusy, effervescent perfumes. I need something to really put it, you know, a little bit. I need a denser base. That's what I'm trying to explain. So this one, yeah, I have not been wearing it out because so far although it's April already, it's pretty cold in here. But I have been wearing it when I'm exercising or just during the weekends where I'm just chilling at home, and it's very, very pleasant and invigorating almost. It's just kind of a smooth, citrusy, woodsy, floral smell. The price of this is not so high. It was okay, and this is a 100 milliliter bottle, so I think it's okay. It's nothing groundbreaking, it's nothing really new, but you can tell the quality is there. It lasts actually on my skin, which is quite unusual for this type of scent. Okay, then I fell for the hype. But don't worry, I sample it first. I try really hard not to blind buy, but not every time I stick to my rules. But in this case, I tried a sample first, and I just bought it after I think a week of trying it. And this is Annie by Nishane. And this is so potent. It is another green vanilla, and I just love this style. I do own a Baiser de Russie by Guerlain, and there is something on my wish list by Guerlain as well, which is a green vanilla, and it's Angélique Noir. And this one is a little bit different. It's very spicy. There are notes of ginger and patchouli, which I get, and vanilla, of course, and sometimes I also get cinnamon note, even though there is no cinnamon listed in it. And I mean, it smells different every time I wear it. Sometimes what I do get is Earl Grey tea, sometimes I do get the ginger tonic, and other times I just feel like I'm in the forest and I can smell the forest plants and the soil. In any case, it's very interesting, multifaceted. It's Extrait de Parfum, so it's very, very potent, strong, it lasts forever. You cannot almost even wash it out of your skin, and it's like waking me up. But at the same time, it is a comfort scent to me. It is very, very spicy, very resinous. It definitely is a unisex perfume. It is different from the others, but still not weird. You know, it's not like those very niche fragrances where you would have to think, where would you actually wear it? Because it is so special, to the point when they are almost unwearable, at least to me, because I don't want to scare people around me. And this one is still very much wearable. And of course, there is a woodsy base in it as well, which is what I just love. I would like more perfumes with wood in it, but then if it's just the wood and just the foresty type of smell, then I don't really am drawn to wear it as much. Okay, then there is one blind buy that I did, but it was not so risky because I know the line and all of the flankers are pretty similar. And this is by Marc Jacobs, and it's called Daisy Oh So Fresh. And this is the spring line. So this is the new set of flankers to the original Daisy Oh So Fresh and Daisy. And this one supposed to have the notes of pink pepper, which I don't get, then matcha tea and green tea flower. but yeah, if I stretch my imagination, I get some green tea, but mostly I smell like a green hard candy. But it's not so sweet. It's actually pretty fresh. It is like a breath of fresh air. It is not complicated. And I think during these times where we have been in quarantine and we still are, I need the feeling that I can breathe, that I can have some fresh air around me, which I don't, because even though I go to work, it's in the city center, and so I don't have much nature around me at all. And this is like a substitute for that. Also, the bottle is just stunning. I know it's maybe not for adults, but I like it, and I love the green color, as you know, you can probably see. So very spring-like, summer, citrusy, not complicated at all, not anything deep, you know. This will not last on you a long time. It will maybe not project as far, but it's maybe just for a refreshment. I think you will not offend anyone with this, and neither it is interesting, that's true. But you know, for a blind buy, I am actually, it's a win for me as a blind buy. Okay, the next one is maybe my most favorite out of the bunch, and this was almost a blind buy, but I had a sample. And I tried the sample during the summer, but it was just maybe 1 milliliter of that. And yes, I found it very interesting, but I didn't know if I would actually like it, a full wear. And this is Jasmins Marzipane by Lancôme. Sorry, this is probably, it has fingerprints on it, so I'm sorry, but okay, so I bought this secondhand. So no, I did not use this much, but I already used a lot. And I don't know how it's going to behave in the spring or in the warmer weather, because I bought it and I used it when it was still cool outside, or cold or freezing, and it just cut through the cold in such a lovely way. And some florals do this. I also have Antonia by Puredistance, and it's the same story. It just cuts through and it creates this rub, it rubs you up and makes you actually warm. So this one is predominantly a floral jasmine fragrance, as you can tell. It says marzipan, but there is an almond note, but that doesn't mean it's sweet at all or edible. This is not, it's not a gourmand at all, but it's enchanted. It is, I have the feeling that a man has to fall in love with a woman who wears this. It's just so incredibly beautiful and feminine. When I wear this, for example, I sit in my office and I'm like, oh my God, I smell so good. I smell so good, because I just enjoy to wear this. I'm very passionate about it. It just gives me such a nice feelings. It's like when you eat something incredibly delicious. And this is that. This is like, you don't eat it, but it's so delicious just to smell it. The whole line, and actually all the perfumes by Lancôme, I think, are good quality. They have a good longevity and projection, and they are just, yes, maybe they are crowd pleasing, but they are just very well built, and for the money you get a good quality. Even perfumes like Vie Est Belle, even though I am not a fan, but my colleague wears it and it smells good on her, and you can tell she is wearing a perfume. It's not like some other things that you would spray and spray, but nobody else would actually smell you. So this is the second one from Lancôme that I have, and I just think they are really great. It is very romantic, it is sensual, it's thick, it has this buttery note, you know, it smells like a true butter, and there are also some green notes in the background and a little bit of wood. It reminds me of some other perfumes like Dior Pure Poison, which was also created by Dominique Roupion. And then it also reminds me a little bit of Fleur de Lalita by Dusita, but I like this one a little bit better. It's maybe a little bit more dense and full-bodied than that, but they share some qualities for sure. Okay, then another one that is so hyped, and I finally purchased this fragrance. I was thinking about it since 2015 when the Eau de Parfum version came out, and then a year later or so the Extrait de Parfum version was released, and 6 years later I finally purchased that, and that is this beauty here. And isn't the bottle just stunning? Although it has fingerprints everywhere. So one more time. Okay, so this is the Maison Francisco Jan Baccarat Rouge 100 carat Extrait de Parfum. I'm sorry, I really don't speak French, but I did my best. Okay, so this one, I'm sure you already heard so many things. I prefer the Extrait version, the pure perfume version, because it is a little bit more dense, but actually, apart from the beginning where you get almond note from this, the dry down I feel is quite the same. So how does this smell like? Like everybody will tell you it's hard to describe, and it is. So to me, this is mineral, but it's also very sweet, and it has notes of this cotton candy. Sometimes I do get blood oranges and strawberries, and then it has like this piney, foresty smell. I think there is Isoe Super or Ambroxan or both of them, and it plays hide and seek. So sometimes you do smell it and then you turn around and you don't. And then after, so I had a sample, and even a little drop from the sample when I put it on my clothes, and then I would wash the clothes, and after a week I would put it out to wash it, I would still smell it on the clothes. So, but it's still very airy, like it's in the air, it's almost unnoticed, you know. Yeah. So the price for that is really high, and that's why I was thinking so long if I should buy it or not, because I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. It's so expensive, but on the other hand, I didn't want all the dupes. I used to own Ariana Grande's Cloud, and that was a nice alternative, but eventually the coconut note was too watery for me, and I didn't like the sweetness, the kind of sweetness of it. This is also very sweet, but it's maybe more sophisticated, you know? It is, they are not the same. I just had that one as an alternative, and then when I was sure I like this kind of smell, I purchased the original, because I think the original is still the best. Also, this has a strange metallic note, which I usually find very repulsive, but not in this one. Here I don't care, I don't mind, and I also think that this would work better in warmer weather, because if it's too cold, this might be too delicate, and maybe it would get lost in the cold. And the last one, that is the most recent one, is this Very Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. And let me just say that I really don't like the bottle, and I really don't like the name, but the perfume itself is just stunning. Yes, it is similar to other things that were recently released, and I don't care, because I think this is the best one. It reminds me of Delina, the original, and this was also co-created by Quentin Biche, which is behind Delina. So in Delina you find rose and lychee, and here it's supposed to also have red currant. I do get more of a peony note, and then the lychee, and then red berries, not specifically red currant. It is such a happy smell, but I think the bottle should be pink and not red, because this red and black is too aggressive and it does not smell like that at all. It doesn't have anything in common with the previous Good Girl flankers or the original. This is really for a good girl. It's inoffensive. It is. It just puts you in a good mood, and of course good for the upcoming spring weather. I would wear this with a nice dress as well. You know, it's very feminine. It's very almost girly, but I don't feel like it's only for young girls. So it is creamy, sweet, tart and fresh, and it's something that you can just grab and go when you don't want to think about what to wear, when you don't want anything that would develop too much, and maybe you are in a hurry or you are stressed and you don't have the time to think about the different stages of your perfume development. Then this is a really nice option. It's just, it was not the cheapest for a mainstream brand and a mainstream fragrance. This was quite expensive, but I would say that the quality is there, and it's still cheaper than Delina, and to me this is even better than that. But this is just my personal view, of course. So I think it's very well blended and also inoffensive, crowd pleasing. I haven't wear this yet because we have Easter holiday now, and so I will wear it maybe next week. So I cannot say if I get it and get any feedback, but I think this is a perfume that will get you compliments. And so that is it. These are my 8 new perfumes in my collection. And I hope that is it for a while, because honestly, I just want to enjoy. I just have the nicest collection now that I really enjoy, and I'm really happy about it. And I just don't want to chase anything new, even though I have one decant coming to me, and that's the Dior New Look 1947, which I also find very interesting and nice, but we will see about that. And then there is this one item on my wish list, as I already told you, that's the Guerlain Angélique Noire, and that should be it. So I'm all set up for spring and summer. I think, you know, sometimes it is sad that we just cannot even appreciate what we have because we find something nice, and then after a couple of days we are already hunting the next best thing. So I would like to be more mindful and just wear my perfumes, and then if something nice comes my way, then I will be thinking about it. But I'm really trying to stick to 35 bottles, and currently I have 34, so I don't have much room. And if I will buy something else, then that means I need to sell something else. So I don't know how I feel about that. So I hope you are all safe and healthy, and you are enjoying your collections, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.